I can't believe how unreasonably excited everyone here is about this. I'm confused by it. I'm hypnotized by it.
We applauded. The
It's
newsroom
so
applauded.
strange. We were so delighted to see what I was calling the costume you were wearing on Monday, and everyone here yelled at me and said, that is not a costume. That is who that man is. And I'm like, but he looked like a journalist from the 1920s. And they're like, no, Sean Stellato is authentically Tommy DeVito's agent, and Tommy DeVito is authentically Italian. So, Sean, thank you for joining us. And please just tell me what the reaction was generally to you standing next to your star client, the player of the week in the NFL somehow. I can't even believe I'm saying this. Tell me what the last few days have been like for you as Tommy DeVito's agent. And thank you again for joining us.
My pleasure. You know, it's been obviously pretty crazy, but at the end of the day, we're focusing one day at a time. He's preparing for New Orleans. I'm preparing for working on some opportunities for him and other clients. But it's definitely, there's been a lot of people coming out that I haven't heard from in a while. But like you said, what you see is what you get. I mean, this wasn't no costume. That's my wife.
Yeah.
My first life, I was from the 20s, though. She did say that.
Sean, I just want you to know I had your back. I was like, Dan, don't you say that. You look incredible. Am I right that you're being inducted into the Italian American Sports Hall of Fame this weekend? Or is that what your hat is?
Yeah, you know what? I'm representing
Yeah.
gifts from New Era. But yeah, I'm getting inducted Friday night. So excited, very humbled, honored. I think about who came before me, my ancestors, you know, very low means from Ponte Grande and San Bias, Catanzaro, Calabria, Italy. I'm here now. This is pretty remarkable and very blessed. And I've got some amazing clients that I work with. I'm really excited for Tommy. It's crazy how it's all kind of, the stars are aligned the week of the Hall of Fame induction, which is kind of cool.
I'm going to ask you a very difficult question. I give you the choice and you have to answer it. And don't give me agent speak. You have to answer this question. You get the choice of either being inducted into this Hall of Fame or all the calls that you're getting from Italian sponsors and pizza companies because your client this week is going to make a lot of money and your phone has to be ringing like crazy. I give you only one of those you can have this week in a dream week. You choose one. Which is it? The Hall of Fame or all this opportunity that's coming your way for being Italian this week?
You know, I would say the opportunity for Tommy DeVito, I would choose. You know, my first and foremost is a sports agent. You know, this Hall of Fame's cool. It's great for my kids and my family and the ancestors, but I'm a full-time sports agent. You know, I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and it's about servicing my clients. And I would pull that straw all day long.
Sean, I have a question for you. When this gesture, can you tell me what does that mean to you? Like, this means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. We've seen it a lot in the recent weeks, and I think it's amazing. I'm married to an Italian American. This is a real, yeah. This is a real thing.
She's doing Italian for us for the podcast.
Yeah, and I would like to know what it means to you.
The chain. Hold on.
My God.
Yeah. So long story. This can be interpreted, I think, different parts of Italy, where you're from. But I mean, forget about it. I mean, it's really just, hey, listen to me, you Mama Luke. I mean, come on. So I think, or, you know, it's just kind of, you know, people are not paying attention. It's a symbol. I think it's interpreted differently by different Italians. But it's definitely a powerful hand gesture that Tommy's passionate about. I love it. And, I'm sure a lot of proud Italianos all over the world are starting to incorporate in their daily routine a little bit more. I think it might have been really used a lot more in years back, but I think it's the contemporary hand gesture, and we're excited for it.
Well, they have an emoji too, which I think is very important.
Is on his necklace. That's the medallion. It is that emoji, correct?
No.
Yes, that is correct. Yep. That that's Oh, I lost you guys.
We can hear you.
We hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. That is the Italian horn, which is considered, for the Malecki. It's supposed to protect you. There's a lot of Italians. We have a lot of superstitions, and whether it's I have a lot of pregame rituals that I can't change up. So I'm kind of torn up for Sunday. We're trying to weigh in, but I know his dad's very superstitious and his mom. And that's something that we carry as Italians, very sacred to our hearts.
Have you and Tommy DeVito ever had an argument that has escalated into genuine "listen to me, you Mama Luke"?
Tommy and I both got an understanding of each other, for me to get it done for him on and off the field. But, no, we haven't had that heated argument, like Tom Brady and Coach O'Brien did back in the Washington game years back. We're staying in our lane, and we're laser focused on, obviously delivering it for him on a daily basis and what he needs. And look, I stood on the table for him draft day and had to listen to 28 other teams say no. One thing I've kind of lived my life is the best revenge is massive success. And, just don't worry about things you can control. And I know he's locked in, not listening to all the hype. Neither am I, because at the end of the day, we're an opinion-based business, and you're only as good as your last game, as we all know that. I'm only as good as my last deal. So I got to, it's a constant evaluation process for, everybody in this business, a player as well as an agent.
Speaking of sports and deals, and I want to know, what's your take on Ohtani's contract as an agent? Like, how do you feel about the deferment of that much money until 2034?
I think, look, tomorrow's not promised to anyone, and obviously football out of the four major sports has got the highest injury rate. I think the guarantee component's important. Obviously, you look at how free agency and salary caps have really changed the game, especially in the NFL. But I'm sure, I'm locked in on my guys in terms of their deals. I'm sure, obviously his camp got an agenda and how they've strategized to get him paid. But it's definitely new precedents are met, every year. And I think as agents, you strive for that to, get to the top of the market for your guys.
You're being very gentle. Yeah. You're being very gentle.
Yeah.
It's agent speak. It's not authentic Italian Sean, what he's saying in private speech. Like, you gave me a load of agent because you don't want to be mad at other agents because you don't want to be the story. Yeah. But you want your man, Tommy DeVito, what's going to happen? Yeah, the Giants will tell you we'll pay you in 10 years. Yeah. Deferment. Come on.
Hey, I think you got to have a sit down and you got to break bread and, maybe you could go swing by Bada Bing and see if there's anything to be worked out.
Okay, because that I felt like you didn't give us honesty there, that the other agents are super pissed about this. It's a bad contract for your business because you can't defer payments because, like you just said, you know how lucky you are. All the quarterbacks have to get injured for yours to get a chance.
Yeah, it's definitely this. I think the whole evaluation process on talent. Look at a lot of experts get it wrong. We see it every year in the draft. They get it wrong in free agency. I think in terms of having an eye for talent and really believing in your guys, I think is important. And I've been doing this for SES Sports is over a decade old. I take pride in the guys I go after, the character, the traits, and ability to want to give back as well to those in need. But a lot of the decision makers, as we know, is out of our control. Especially in the early process going undrafted, you got to cut your teeth. And there's been a lot of great players that end up in Canton that got an opportunity on something unorthodox happening and an injury. I know, Tommy was an Elite 11 quarterback. Tommy was a dark horse for the Heisman. Tommy went out to the Open in Oregon and outperformed Tua and Trevor Lawrence. So I think what he's doing, it doesn't surprise me one bit. He hasn't even scratched the surface of what he's going to become in this league.
Sean, you have also maybe not scratched the surface. I don't know if people know this, but you write children's books, and you've also Yeah, and
I'm
you've
sorry.
you've just gotten blurbs from some really amazing people. You've gotten blurbs from Bill Belichick, Chip Kelly, Doug Flutie, Sean Payton. I mean, it's Buddy and the Magic Ball and Football Magic, and you also have a book, No Backing Down. Can you tell us a little bit about being an author?
No, and it's also Fourth and Long, The Odds, My Journey. So you're doing a lot of writing in your spare time.
You know what? I've always tried to be creative. My daughter Gianna, she suffers from juvenile arthritis, and we were in and out of Boston Children's Hospital. And I said, Gianna, what can we do to start a movement? And she said, Daddy, let's write a children's book. So she took her passion for ballet, mine for football, and we intertwined it and came up with Football Magic. And it's kind of has some Harry Potterism into it / meets the Goonies, and it's a beautiful tale, early chapter book. So that's going to be a series. My book, No Backing Down. I've been an underdog my entire life. This story, I'll challenge any sports story ever written. It's kind of like Remember the Titans meets a team of Rudies. But the mantra of my journey is no backing down. So it's kind of cool that is the title and how I live my life every day. It's a human triumph story. It's an underdog high school football team, and let's just say it definitely got some oomph to it. All the parallels to the Salem witchcraft trials, as crazy as that sounds. And
What?
yes,
What?
Our coach was literally compared to Jim Jones and David Koresh starting a football cult, and which was completely false. He was pretty much, the coaches put their livelihoods on the line because there was a major teacher strike. They had 2 contracts, one to coach, one to teach. The administration said, if you coach, we're going to terminate you on the spot. The union says, go coach. Your job description and the collective bargaining agreement has no relevance. That we broke into schools, stole our equipment, stashed it at a local field, and it was we were undefeated, getting ready to play. Todd McShay was the quarterback of Swampscott, and let's just say we had three miraculous games you can't write. So the movie script's done.
Of course. No, it's just getting started. It's getting started right now. The movie script is beginning right now. Sean, forgive me for interrupting you on this. We're up against the clock, but we will talk to you again. I have 1,000 more questions. So thank you. We want to respect your time. So thank you for being on with us, sir.
I appreciate you guys having me. Go Giants, and you guys enjoy this holiday season, all right?
Thank you, sir.
All the best. Ciao.